Several years ago, I had my first real experience with pastoral burnout. I tried so hard to make everything work and put all of the pressure and blame on myself when things didn't go perfectly in life and ministry. Because of that, I didn't practice proper self-care. I was always doing things for my job, for church, for other people. But the result was that I ended up constantly exhausted, physically, mentally, and spiritually. I was expressing my run-in with burnout at a local clergy gathering when one wise clergywoman asked me a profound question. Did it work? What? I asked. She said, well, I hear this a lot from pastors that just run themselves into the ground and think they're saving the church, but I always want to know, did it work? Did I single-handedly grow the church and save the day by running myself into the ground? I did not. And my guess is that the road to exhaustion and burnout rarely ever does accomplish what we have set out for it to do. I'm reminded of the experience of the disciples post-resurrection when they're fishing in the boat. They're not sure what to do after Jesus is resurrected. And they go out fishing, but they were fishers. That's what they did. That was their profession. That was what they did for a living. No one was more qualified to do it than they were. And they go out in the boat and they spend all night fishing. And they catch nothing. And as they're exhausted and defeated and the sun is rising up, then Jesus meets them again. And I can imagine Jesus on the shore there just waiting to ask them, did it work? Of course, we know the story that Jesus tells them to cast their nets on the other side of the boat, and miraculously they return an abundance of fish, so much so that the boat was weighted down and they had trouble bringing it in. The lesson, of course, being that we're not meant to do life alone, and when we are at our best, we are relying on the power of God, on the power of Christ, to motivate us, to bring us fruitful endeavors and fruitful metrics in which to understand and appreciate our lives. No matter whether it's ministry or work or life in general, different times our lives have all looked like a chaotic mess. Even in the things that we're doing that are good or important, we need to find a healthy balance of doing and being. We're created for a bit of both. And Jesus reminds us that we're not meant to do the work of life alone, even when we feel like we're experts in our field. As Jesus reminds us in his invitation, where he says, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." As we begin summer, dear friends, I invite you to take those times to not just do, but to be fully immersed in the embrace of God's love, and to find rest for your souls.